Hey everybody, so I had a bike a little while back that I did a conversion on, and this is the 11-speed Campagnolo Athena group. The bike originally had a 10-speed Shimano Ultegra group, and I believe this is all just the basic stock equipment that came with the bike. So I had a customer that brought me this group, and we just switched it out. So basically just kind of stripping everything off the bike, and if somebody wanted to go from 10 speed to 11, you're gonna basically, unless your hubs or your free hub body on your wheels is already set up to accept 11 speed, you're gonna need a new hub, or maybe easier even to do a wheel set. So in this case, the it wasn't really any more or less expensive to go with Campy than it would be to go with Shimano or SRAM. So I kind of always my perception of Campy was that it's always going to be a couple $100 more than the comparable component groups. But I saw the little invoice, and I couldn't believe that that it seemed like the whole group was $450 something or other. And then so it's a pretty good deal all in all. So basically where we just got everything stripped down, and then this is the I believe it's like a BB86, it's a press fit style bottom bracket where the accepts 24 millimeter crank. But that's the Campagnolo. It's basically the same cups as what you would use with the ultra torque system. One little tip, you might remove the, if you're pressing some of these in, remove those little white inner seals, because a lot of times that you're removing the tool, it can pull that thing right out and roll off down the floor, and you never even knew that it had pulled it out there. You noticed it was in there sometimes. So just a little quick tip if you're putting one of these in. But, yeah, I mean, it went together really nice and everything. The only real complaint I have, with this one, the cranks, you have the bearing that stays in there, because this is more of a, the typical ultra torque Campagnolo cranks. They have, there's basically a partial spindle attached to each crank arm, and then there's, kind of a tooth pattern where they engage into each other in the center of the crank, and then a bolt that holds it together. So this particular system, it's it's typical two-piece crank with the full spindle attached to the drive side there. So the only thing that I don't really like about this one is the fact that there's not really a crank puller built into the arm, or a pinch bolt or anything like that. So you actually need some pretty special, specific Campagnolo tools. It's kind of like a tool that looks similar to a pulley remover, and then a little plate that slides into the arm. So it's kind of, if you got the tools, it's all great and everything. But if not, it's definitely going to be a little bit of a hassle. So sometimes when I'm putting a crank on a frame like this, it's sometimes you need to test fit it, take it off. I had to remove some spacers to take some slack. So if you don't have that tool and you're putting this crank on, make sure you got the correct spacing, to start with, because it's definitely gonna, if you don't have the correct tools, it's gonna be a hassle to get those cranks apart. But yeah, basically just getting it all bolted together, getting the hoods leveled out. And they use I believe a T25 Torx on a lot of the tools there, the rear derailleur and the brake levers. Just putting the cassette on. The customer went with the velocity rims and some DT hubs and DT spokes. So nice solid little wheel build there. So quite a nice little upgrade. Yeah, all the cassettes, basically, road cassettes going the same way. You just need the Campy spline tool to put them on, and then the spline pattern on the free hub is slightly different. SRAM and Shimano use their, SRAM uses the Shimano pattern, but it's different slightly from the Campagnolo, which they're not interchangeable. I think there are actually some. I believe Vittoria makes a wheel that it accepts Campy or Shimano, but it's just kind of another whole nother topic altogether. Yeah, pretty simple to set everything up. If you're eagle-eyed, you'll see that the front derailleur was actually, we got the wrong clamp band, so I just set it up with his existing derailleur, then bought the correct one a few days later, brought it back and put that on. But it actually, the way Campagnolo, it's almost like a friction type shifter. There's just a bunch of micro clicks on their front, so you can use quite a few different brands of front derailleurs, just kind of as an FYI. And as far as the chain tools, Campy uses a little different system there, where you need to, once you get it pressed in, you need to have either a special tool or something with a flat end on the other side, where you can kind of expand that little rivet there to get it all pressed in and seated in, expanded out on the edges so it stays in there correctly. So, got that all in, got the cables all sized up and lubed up. The little kit came with the cables, housing, basically everything, chain, cranks. So pretty sweet little deal there for the whole bike and everything. But yeah, I went out and got it all together, went out and rode it, and as far as the shifting action and all that, it felt every bit as good as the record or chorus. If I had my eyes closed and went from one to the other, I couldn't tell you which was which. It felt really good, light action, everything else. So yeah, just finishing it off here, getting the fine tuning adjustments and such. I'm not sure weight wise if it's any heavier or lighter. Always want to remember to put that little clip on, just especially on the ultra torque style, just in case that crank arm comes loose. It's not gonna fly off there. If it actually came loose, the cranks would disengage from each other, but you wouldn't lose your crank laying out on the road or whatever. So yeah, just getting her all taped up here, putting the finishing touches on it, and that's pretty much it. Kind of nice little hot rod modification on the little bike there. So pretty sweet little upgrade. Probably saved a little weight, not a ton, but came out real nice. Looked really nice, and definitely adds it definitely adds some Italian flavor and a little panache. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Yeah, if you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing if you're not already a subscriber. And yeah, that's gonna do it. So thanks for watching.